So today's little adventure is we're heading down towards Oddicombe and going to swim a new beach, Petit Tor beach. Looks pretty cool. Let's give it a go. I love Oddicombe down there. I'll see if I can catch in a minute as we go past one of my favourite views coming out of Exeter. You only get it if you're in a van or a lorry, a bus, something tall, going southbound, and you have to be in a slow lane. And just as you come out on the bridge going across the X, that's on the M5, the view up the estuary is phenomenal. Just as the trees end, low water today, and the island's sort of heart-shaped. The camera doesn't do it justice. It looks spectacular. Just listening to, I love audiobooks, and I'm listening to Robert McFarlane's book on trespass. I've actually read it, but it's so good and it's so detailed that I thought I'd download it as an audiobook for me on my travels in my camper van to my next adventure, and I'm really enjoying it. I was just listening to a definition of these unofficial footpaths, the shortcuts we all take through the woods. That's quite exciting. I had to go and read back up on my audiobook because I couldn't remember what they were called. These shortcuts apparently by planners are called elective easements, which I hadn't heard of before. So there we go. When you're taking a little shortcut and you're not on a footpath, you are on an elective easement. And there's actually lots down Oddicombe all through the woods. Oh, sugar puffs. Got myself confused. I'm actually listening to an audiobook on The Old Ways by Robert McFarlane about footpaths. But I've also been listening to a book about trespass by Nick Haynes, and I wasn't listening to Nick Haynes, it's Robert McFarlane's one I'm listening to today. Enjoying my audiobooks. I'll just show you this. I was trying to find a footpath down on my beach, and we've just come out at a viewing point, and it's like, wow. No, Bramble, come back here. Bram. Dog. It's not too bad, it's not a cliff. Loads of rubbish. That's the beach I'm not. Well, here we go. Say I'm not swimming in there. We might cut across, as I'm trying to get to one over there. So we've got a bit further to go yet. Got a sun on maybe a fishing boat or something over that way. And we can just make out the top of Oddicombe there. Quite impressive cliffs. Look at these. I love walking. Let me show you this bit I've just been walking through. Look at this. All this spring growth, even though we're just in the winter, but I would say it's fresh growth. It's really vivid green. Just amazing. Bizarre, isn't it, how the camera didn't pick up that view of the estuary very well, but these vivid greens, it's doing a good job. In my audiobook, how I can't remember if it was some monk but he could only meditate when he's walking. And I kind of know where he is. I find if I try and stay still in one place and have mindfulness, it just that's a real challenge. But out in nature, especially I'm walking in particular, swimming. Oh my goodness! Especially in in a minute when we get out in the cold water, that's even more special. Skiing, mountain biking, sailing. But there is something about slowing down. So walking's great because it's really slow. My swimming's even slower, so that's even better. And that immersion of the body and through all your senses is, particularly in cold water. I have swum in a few places where you jump in, and the waters. We were down in Venice one summer with a motor caravan, and the water was so warm it didn't give you any sort of respite from the heat. That didn't refresh you at all. But I've got no worries about that being the case today. But this monk was saying that, on some occasions when he's walking, he had so many thoughts coming into his mind that he actually had to stop walking. But that's definitely my. So I got a real whammy here, out with the dogs, going for a cracking walk. Oh gosh, I don't know if you can see that cliff face there. It's really quite impressive. There's some lovely houses with some incredible views. Their views are that. You see that? Yeah, that's good, isn't it? I think we're looking good. We're coming up this little small bay, I think it was. I'll tell you about it. This has all the makings for quite a bit of fun. A well overgrown little used path. I like to try and get off the beaten track and explore the places less frequently experienced and travelled. Probably get down here and there'll be a load of teenagers down here. But, obviously at one time it was quite an impressive handrail going up there. Of course there's a bit of coastline roads that are not like up round Lyme Regis and the Dorset coast there, but still quite impressively. So we might suddenly find ourselves getting to a bit where we're at a cliff edge. We'll see. I go on lots of foraging courses, and I'm not too bad, but I recognise the plant, and I recognised it from one of my foraging courses, but I couldn't remember what it is. I got quite a cool app on my phone called Seek, and I took a few photos, and Alexander, there we go, so we might try some a bit later. Apparently brought over to England by the Romans. It's getting a little bit more sporty, but it still looks reasonably well trodden. So, I haven't given up hope by reaching the beach. Petit Tor. Oh, here we go. Just right on the edge of that's Babcombe over there. Oh yeah, I think we're going to make it. There's a bit that's washed out over there. Other than that, you can see there's a fair old bit slipped on that side. Bright red cliffs. It's quite cool. We stayed in a hotel over that side. It's all right. We've done some scuba diving out here, and we came in and grabbed some lunch. There's a really nice vernacular railway at so you can walk down and catch the railway back up to the hotels. And the lights along the top there, and the drive along the top there is it's cool. It's cool. Sure enough, the very end of the pipe path has been. We can get back further back that way. Bramble's usually a good measure. She's exploring. She hasn't found a way yet. Oh yeah, we can get down there. We can see that. There you go. There she goes. She's a trail finder for us. And I think what we might do is go across and come up that side of the beach. But maybe work our way up via Babcombe. This is going to be a great swim. Like at high water, there's some steps going up there. I think you could dive off there. Probably not today, but Bramble's in already. How cool's that? I think it might be linked. I don't know, there's some interesting noises coming from over here. Oh, Bram's come join us. Hey Bram, you come and look too? This looks cool. Let's go and see how deep this is. It's great. I think this is deep enough to jump off of. Give it a go. Woo! Woo! That hugely exceeded expectations today. The water is crystal clear. Did have a real issue when I got out with the dogs trying to help me get dry. So they walked all over my jumper and my shirt, and they're all soaked. It's like, oh guys, come on! Still, cracking place. Petit Tor Cove, well worth it. I've been looking at my map again. I didn't quite get it right. That was the far end of Oddicombe beach that I've just been swimming and jumping off the rocks, and I'm going down now to Petit Tor Cove, which looks like it's a much easier path to go on. I was just kind of scouting for a swim another day, so it looks like we've still got Petit Tor Cove to swim. Not today though, another day. Another little beauty. So this is Petit Tor Cove. I'll double check the map in a minute, but it's definitely worth doing. What I quite like about going around Tor Bay is it's pretty unloved really, especially the coast. And so you can see in the past, I'm guessing the Victorian era, or maybe not quite that late, maybe the 60s, but it was 50s and 60s, it was heavily used. And quite a lot of infrastructure, you know, steps, handrails, the concrete jumping point I had just a minute ago has all been put into place. But it's all fallen into disuse and sort of kind of hidden in all the undergrowth. And it's a bit like Indiana Jones really, on a sort of tame scale without the snakes. I'm quite happy it's without the snakes. A bit of coastline here, you can see there's been a pretty recent landslip there, and that's all been fairly rapidly eroded. But we've had a couple of weeks without rain. It's pretty dry. I reckon it's pretty safe today. We like a bit of excitement. Yeah, I'm going to see if we can have a chat with this guy up here. You're going to like him. Alright, you can't. You're saying it's 9 foot tall? Right. That was a beast. Everyone's been saying, right, why don't we just turn it into a dry stone wall? So that's what we're going to try and do. Sounds nice. A lot of people are saying to make it all the way along there, you see. Wow. It's an interesting bit of coastline, isn't it? Yeah, it's in this place I can't see the point of doing it, but it's right there because there's a... Oh. Joy's just going down there, built a cairn up, that got knocked down, and so he's building this wall. And Joy's doing the steps. This path's quite impressive in places. I wondered who'd been maintaining it. It's obviously like his hobby. There we go. I'm doing my van lifey bit. We were swimming over there, and that tank has been slowly working its way around, and the archetypal camping stove. I'm quite chuffed for this one. Bought it off eBay. They're still handmade up in Birmingham, I think. It's a bit of a squeeze near at the moment because I've got my electric mountain bike. It's been a project that I've well, we're just about there now really. It's taken me a little while. What a glorious day and a wonderful swim.